What's up, Major Leaguers? Welcome to the first episode of This Week in Airsoft. This is going to be a possibly weekly, probably not weekly, hopefully weekly show. Easiest way to explain it is if you take This Week on the Internet by Will and E and Airsoftology Mondays by Jonathan over here, and then you just put them in a bush and let them do this a little bit, and then the thing that spawns from there getting together is this show. The idea is it's going to be a weekly, possibly weekly, maybe not entirely weekly show, where I try and project some positivity into the community. We're going to take a look at interesting, exciting, and maybe scary things that are happening in Airsoft at the moment. We're going to suggest a cool video that you can go check out, take a look at some stuff, some things, some memes maybe, and we're just generally going to have a good time about it. So let's jump straight into the very first episode of This Week in Airsoft. There's probably going to be some really cool, maybe eventually there, but probably not for this first episode where I'm stood here just with ambient light and in a really echoey room. So I'm not going to bury the lead. This is being recorded at the height of the 2020 Flugaloo. Government lockdown is going on right now, even though there's cars driving past outside. I'm shooting this by the window. It's window lit. Hopefully the next episodes it's going to be a little more cool and exciting. I've got some plans, but for now, yeah, this is it. Enjoy. The Flugaloo, Boogaflu, whatever way you want to call it. COVID-19 is ravaging the world, and as a result, Airsoft is currently at a global standstill. It's probably as close to being completely shut down as we can get without some kind of worldwide global ban on the sport, which hopefully that'll never happen. Right now, because countries all over the world are being ravaged by this zombie sort of thing that's happening. People are being locked down. Like myself, I'm here at home with my family. We're not supposed to go out. We're supposed to stay in the house. People in other countries around the world are all doing the same. As a result, small businesses like airsoft retailers and airsoft sites are being forced to close their doors until further notice. For a small business like an airsoft retailer, that could be a nightmare. I mean, I know when I was self-employed, being told you can't work for 3 weeks would be absolutely devastating on the finances. Can you imagine running a business that is a very niche business and a very small market, all of a sudden being told, yeah, GTFO, RTB, you fuck mate. So I think what I'm getting to here is when this all blows over, after we've gone down to the Winchester for a cold one, get over to your local retailer, get over to your local site, support them in any way you can, and make sure we still have local retailers and local sites to go to after the Flugaloo. COVID-19 isn't just affecting small things like local businesses and sites, it's also affecting bigger things like events. I know the Northern Shooting Show, which I was looking forward to going to, has been cancelled and rescheduled for later on in the year to a date that I can't attend, and now I'm absolutely gutted. IWA 2028, which was a couple of weeks ago, was cancelled. I think it was like 2 weeks before the show or something like that. I was supposed to be attending with ICS to spend 4 or 5 days on their booth, demoing guns and running their shooting range. It was set to be an amazing week in Germany. There was going to be awesome little events like Meal Sim, where a bunch of like-minded individuals get together in a burger joint and throw some sausages down their throat or whatever and get a cool little Meal Sim patch at the end of it. And there are going to be all sorts of little get-togethers in pubs and sausage halls, and I'm a big old sausage fest. Sadly, because of the Flugaloo, that was cancelled. Loads of us were totally shit on by our airlines saying, yeah, nah mate, we can't do anything about it. I'm out 300 quid on the flights. I managed to get my accommodation back, which was pretty good. Travel insurance was an absolute joke. I rang them up and they were like, I couldn't give a shit about what's going on here. You have to be basically practically dead to get your money back, you can't. And I'm like, fuck, dude, really? Anyway, so that bullshit aside, it was rescheduled for later in the year, sometime in September, which would have been a date that I wouldn't have been able to attend. And now, luckily for me, and not so much some other people, it has been rescheduled for the usual time next year. So hopefully I'll be there for that. People I know who were going to be attending the show who cancelled their accommodation for this one and then booked accommodation for the September show, and now that's been cancelled. Hopefully I can get a refund on that because that is a bit of a shit show. On a more positive note, I did manage to get one last game in before we all went on lockdown, and that was over at Outpost Airsoft in Chester. Now, Outpost is a site that I've wanted to go and check out for a long while. People have been recommending it when I've been doing the top 5 airsoft sites in the UK over on my other channel. People have been going, have you been to Outpost? I'm like, yeah, nah, I haven't. I'm gonna go. And it took me like 2 years, and now I went, and it was pretty good. The only downside was it was 2 weeks before we were all locked down, and Nobody wanted to go because they didn't want to get the clap. So myself, Jimmy D rolled up, and there were literally 20 people on site, which was good. It was 10 aside. We just used the smaller areas of the site and kept the games pretty small and fast. Really good fun. It's a great site, and I'd love to experience the whole site with a lot of players. Maybe just have free roam of the whole site, because the way it was run, there were a couple of other paintball games going on. It was like a stag do and a bunch of kids doing some kind of low-powered paintball thing, like tiny kids like this big with like these little pump-action paintball guns. And then some bigger kids dressed as Pikachu and Superman and whatever the fuck, looking like Speedsofters. They were playing in different areas of the site, which meant we were limited to smaller sections of it. We couldn't just have full reign of the site. There's going to be a video coming to this channel probably before this goes live, so go back and take a look at that. It'll be in the end cards. I think it was a cursed day, and not because Flugaloo, and not saying we had a bad time. I tightened the screw on my buttstock up on one of my ARs too much and threaded it, so the stock was all wobbly, so I couldn't use that rifle. And it's a rifle I haven't used in about a year, and I was like, I need to get some rounds down range with this piece because it's been sat in a cupboard doing nothing. Shit out of luck with that one, wasn't I? And then took the MP5 out, tested it, yep, that's fine. Got to the game, the Jeftron beeps to say, hey, your battery's dead. Didn't have a spare on me, I had to walk all the way back to the safe zone, change the battery, get back out. Same thing happened with my CXP15K. The GoPro batteries, they were lasting like 20 to 30 minutes. In fact, Jimmy D's battery, guy blows the whistle, we'd run, we didn't even get to the first point of contact, and Jimmy's camera's going the GoPro, the run cam, the Mobius cameras I was running. Jimmy D's selfie camera ran out within the first 20 minutes. His scope camera managed to last all day, but his AEG battery was going. I spent a whole day with batteries on charge and off charge. They were all showing up as green. Everything was charged. Just a cursed day. But hey, I mean, these things happen. The day was good. I threw a grenade really badly, but the guy still took the kill. So it is what it is, I guess. Okay, at this point in the video, we're going to take a look at something that's going on social media. And as we are all on lockdown, we're not supposed to leave the house, we're going to take a look at a challenge that Taiwan Gun have put out there on Instagram. It's called #ReloadAtHome. The idea is, instead of playing Soggy Biscuit in your bedroom on your own, definitely losing ante that thing, put your gear on, get your gun out, and do some reload drills and see how fast you can do it. Record a video of yourself doing it, throw it up on Instagram, tag Taiwan Gun and #ReloadAtHome. I don't think there's a prize, it's just bragging rights if you can do a reload like super fast. I've done a couple, one with the CS4 Captain rifle and one with the MP5. One strong hand, one support hand. Then I did reload drills with the MP5, one where it was like a proper reload, pull the charging handle back, mag out, mag in, HK slap. And the other one just the airsoft reload real quick. If you haven't already taken part, go ahead, put a video up there, tag me in it because I want to see it as well. And yeah, there you go. Have fun. Now we're going to take a look at a video from somewhere on YouTube that I think is pretty cool that I've seen in the past week. Now this one is a couple of weeks old at this point, and it's called Novrich is Going to Destroy Airsoft. Bear with me, it is a clickbait title, but it's worth it. This is a pretty wholesome video. So this guy, GrizzleMe, who I believe is pretty local to here, so I'm going to try and get him on the podcast. I'm not going to spoil the video. Go and take a look at his video. It's really good. It's interesting talking about the community, about Novrich, and about, I guess, why it's strange to hate on him. And it is weird that he gets all this hatred, but he's just trying to do positive things for the sport. So go ahead, check that video out. He's just been shouted out by Scott over at US Airsoft as well, so his channel has grown from like, I think it's like 180 or something. And it's almost on 1,000 now, so that's really good. If he continues to create videos like that, it's a content creator that I'm going to watch. So definitely go and check him out. Seems to be a cool guy. So there we go. That's basically the first episode of this week in Airsoft. Hopefully the next episodes are going to be a little more interesting, a little more news, a little more information. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe, leave a like, leave some questions or comments down below. Let me know what you want to see in the show. Let me know if you've got any questions you want me to try and answer, probably badly, because why the hell not? If you want to support the show, definitely share it with people. But if you want to support monetarily, you can go to patreon.com/cbnpc, which is the Patreon that all encompasses my YouTube channel and the podcast at BDeepPod. If you haven't checked out BDeepPod, definitely go take a look. It's coming back soon. We're going to be recording some very soon. So yeah, good times there. If you want to find me on Instagram or all the other social medias, MLG Airsoft across all the social media. I'm out of breath, man. Fuck me, I poured that to my lungs. I was going to make a choice for New Generation reference then, but I nearly drowned on Pepsi Max, so we'll just leave it there. Another question before I go. I made these patches recently through Stitch Me Up. There's only 2 of these, and one's for myself and one is going to Yvette from ICS, who is in charge of our section of like European captains. So I'm gonna make a limited run of these patches in PVC, but instead of saying UK ICS captain at the bottom, it's gonna say MLG Airsoft. If you guys are interested in that, let me know and I'll see what I can do with regards to keeping the prices low, getting them out to you, and hopefully that will go to supporting this channel and meaning we can make this show a little bit better in future. That's all I've got written down on my notes. I don't have an ending for this show. I don't want to use my usual ending like, yeah, maybe soft, but elbows are hard. Because that's already coined on another channel and on the podcast. So if you've enjoyed this show, go ahead, click on some of these links. In the future, there'll be other shows here that you can click on. But right now, it's just other random videos like that one that I told you about earlier. I can't remember what I told you about. I remember it in the editing. Yeah, I would just storm off and walk away, but I'm attached with this lav mic and I'll just drag all this shit all over the place. So I'm going down this way.